Hi guys, it's that time again. Dazzie's Top 20 Selling Comic Books of the Week, episode 144. Tonight I will be discussing the best-selling comic books on eBay for the week ending the 30th of July 2021. Now, since CoverPrice.com came on the scene, they've become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling books. As always guys, let's find out if you can beat me. I'm pretty sure you will this week. Starting in at number 20 on our list. Yep, it is a stalwart of my list. Probably the biggest selling book since I've been doing this top 20 list for 144 weeks. Number 20 on our list from 1992. Images, Spawn, issue number 1. Yeah, of course guys, it is the first appearance of Spawn, Albert Francis Al Simmons. First appearance of Mel Boglia, Jason Wynn, Wanda Fitzgerald, Sam and Twitch, who have just been given their own live action show, and that's going to be going into production pretty soon, I believe. It's the second title ever published by Image Comics. There's a pin of a pit in this issue, and of course we've got some gorgeous Todd McFarlane artwork. There is supposedly another Spawn film in the works with Jamie Foxx attached, and I think Jeremy Renner was down to play either Sam or Twitch. Don't know whether that is still the case. But this book sold 30 copies. It had a 7-day trend of plus 78% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for a whopping $269.95. Now, when I first started doing this list all those weeks ago, this was going for around about $120. So for a mass-produced book, guys, where is the ceiling with this one? I paid just £1.31 for my copy, and it is a nice crisp copy, and that's from the legendary Carbute Tony. You can see in my comic book extras on my community and my playlist pages. I do miss going down the Carbute and picking up comics, got to be honest. Actually, I'm going hunting tomorrow, and I can't wait. Down to Worcester, been too long, you know. Been concentrating more on selling. Of course, the family are off, and I've been slacking with the video content, but I aim to put that right and put out a lot of decent content, hopefully. Now, number 19 on our list is a book from 1976, and it's Loki related. And of course, I have made my thoughts clear that I was not the biggest fan of the show, but the Kang train is still chugging along, even if Disney did a little bit of origin blending. Yeah, we had He Who Remains and Kang, and they created their own kind of variant of that. And with that said, the sheer mention of He Who Remains was enough to cause this book to sell quite a few copies. The first appearance of He Who Remains comes in The Mighty Thor, issue 245, guys. It's a book that's on my radar, but it is a book I would not pay too much for. Got a feeling Worcester may well have a copy. Fingers crossed for tomorrow. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Loki. You know, I think it's a bit like Marmite. You either hated it or loved it. I was disappointed, I know that much. Well, this book sold 32 copies at a 7-day trend of plus 78%, and a high sale near mint raw copy went for a whopping $150. It's a nice Bronze Age book, but I wouldn't be paying that much. Now, number 18 on our list was sticking with Marvel and the naughty 90s of collecting. And I wasn't around for those years, but again, some people like that era, all the shininess, the holograms and the like. And some people just thought it was a bit of a mess, really. But this book seems to be going off a little bit of nostalgia in part. And the book, number 18 on our list, is The Infinity War, issue number 1. Now, this is a book I've seen in the past, and I could have grabbed pretty cheap copies of. I certainly wouldn't overpay for this book, but there is a reason that this book is selling, and that is the fact that the Spider-Man doppelganger, he appeared recently in Extreme Carnage Scream issue number 1, and Infinity War was the Spider-Man doppelganger's first appearance, and it's got a bit Kang the Conqueror in that issue as well, so put the two together and you're doing okay, because the book sold 23 copies. It had a 7-day trend of plus 115%, and a high sale CGC 9.8 went for a pretty impressive $179.95. Like I say, it's a book I've seen probably under a $5 on a couple of occasions. Certainly wouldn't overspend. Number 17 on our list, and we've had a new rebooted Moon Knight of late, and it's just come out, and there were a ton of covers to Moon Knight #1. However, it is the 1 in 50 variant that seems to be the go-to cover. The book in question, number 17 on our list, is Moon Knight #1, and this is the 1 in 50 Elizabeth Torque variant. That's a decent cover, I'll give it that. But it's not really jumping out at me. There's your cover, guys. What can I tell you about this one? Now, I believe there's a new villain in the book, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't got my hands on a copy as yet, so I can't tell you too much about it. Well, the 1 in 50 sold 46 copies, which is good for an incentive. Had a 7-day trend of plus 71%, with a high sale raw copy going for $39.95. But go careful, because that is still under ratio. Number 16 on our list is a small independent company that I quite enjoy. I had quite a few books in my collection from them, and that is Boom Studios. And this evocative Boom title from screenwriter LaToya Morgan, who's known for The Walking Dead and Into the Badlands, was the week's hot new title. Number 16 on our list, guys, is Dark Blood, issue #1. And we know at the moment independent horror titles are doing very nicely. There's your book. If I can find one for cover, I might grab one for a flip. The fact it's got The Walking Dead involvement piques my interest a little bit. Well, the book sold 37 copies, which is nice. Had a 7-day trend plus 91%, with a high sale raw copy going for $10. So it's still very affordable. And like I say, from the screenwriter of The Walking Dead, might be a nice long-term play. 15 on our list, sticking with independent titles, and probably alongside Department of Truth and Something Is Killing the Children, this is probably the biggest independent title out there at the moment. Number 15 is Stray Dogs, issue #1, the regular cover, and that comes from Image Comics, of course. You know, I've been looking for these ones, and I've had no joy. None of the issues, none of the variants, no later printings. I can't find diddly squat. So if you've got that issue #1, you could be on for a real winner, because the book is really, really hot at the moment, and it sold 25 copies with a 7-day trend plus 106%, and a high sale 9.8, already going for $535, and that's with no option use as well. I know my good friend JT Rogers is a big believer in the title, and he's got some pretty exclusive variants to that book. Good luck to him, and to you guys. Number 14 on our list, we still don't know who Red X is at the moment, yet he or she's popularity and fan curiosity has helped this variant cover see a bit of growth. And the book in question, number 14 on our list, is Future State Teen Titans, issue #2. And this is the Dustin Nguyen variant. This is a nice cover. I actually very nearly pulled the trigger on this on Forbidden Planet, but they were asking about 9 or 10 quid for a cover price book, and I thought that was absolutely disgusting. Hence, I did not pick it up. What is that book doing now? Because it seems like Red X is here to stay. Well, it sold 41 copies, and it had a 7-day trend of plus 90%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $128. 13 on our list is a bit of a classic book, and it comes from 1990. Yeah, we've got a Marvel book, and Marvel books and classic covers seem to be selling pretty well right now, despite high print runs. And this book is famously homaged, and it is a Todd McFarlane cover, and it landed on the runners-up list this week at 13. The book in question, Spider-Man issue number 1, and we're going with the silver variant. The silver variant, guys. Here is your book. We've all seen them. I've seen so many different versions of this cover, and amazingly I don't have one in my collection. You know, it's a decent cover, but I am a key issue collector, and I don't think that's really a key in my opinion. You know, everyone will have different opinions, but that book sold 20 copies. It had a 7-day trend plus 191%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $160. Number 12 on our list, and a book that is slipped out of last week's top 10, is a new title from Heavy Metal, and it received fanfare for its dark take on Neverland from Peter Pan. Number 12 on our list is Never Never, issue number 1 from Heavy Metal. I do like this cover. There's the old croc in the background. Again, pick up, nice for a flip, I think, but that is as far as I would take it. It wouldn't stay in my collection. The book sold 37 copies, had a 7-day trend plus 114%, with a high sale raw copy going for a nice $30. Now, number 11 on our list is a Star Wars book, and it's from IDW. And this book has several new characters. I'll speak about that later on. Everything Star Wars still seems to be selling pretty well. And number 11 on our list is an incentive. It is a 1 in 10. And that is Star Wars The High Republic Adventures, issue number 6, the Ilaz Kyriazis 1 in 10 cover. I have issue 1 of the series. This is a lovely looking cover. It's pretty spooky, and Yoda looks very frightening to me. There it is. That is the 1 in 10 Star Wars The High Republic Adventures issue number 6. It's a book that sold 30 copies with a 7-day trend plus 103%, and a raw copy went for a very, very nice $66. Wow. For a 1 in 10, I think that is pushing the boat a little bit. I wouldn't pay it, but still, it's got an audience. We're into the big top 10, guys. And number 10 on our list is a book that was recently announced that Michael B. Jordan and his production company, Outlier Society, are developing a HBO Max Black Superman project, separate from the one, of course, that J.J. Abrams is putting out there. Now, this version will focus on the Val Zod Superman, whose first cover appearance is in this issue. Number 10 on our list is Earth 2, issue 25. Do you know what? I've looked everywhere for issues 19 and 25. I do have 24, but alas, I don't have the 2 big money books. I could see Michael B. Jordan playing Val Zod. I just don't like the thought of, like, suddenly we're getting a Black Superman that is an original character. Why not give us Val Zod? Why not give us Calvin Ellis? We've got the characters in the comics. I'm all for seeing one of those characters on screen, but it seems a little odd just to make up a character. I don't know, but time will tell. I'm just happy to see some more Superman, but I am a Henry Cavill fan, I gotta be honest. Well, this book sold 18 copies, had a 7-day trend plus 211%, with a high sale raw copy going for $89.95. I'd like to see Michael B. Jordan as Val Zod. Number 9 on our list. And this is a title I made a hot comic book alert about months and months and months ago, guys. And I hope you got on board with it. Well, Deadline recently announced that Brian and Mark Gunn are set to adapt the screenplay for Sony Pictures and Escape Artists. The book in question is an incentive, and it is the Kaiju Score, issue 1. This is the Mark Nelson 1 in 15 incentive. This book, if I had known about it at the time, I would have snagged a copy, because I was straight on board with this series. There it is, guys. I sold one of the regular covers recently for a little bit of a profit. Well, the book sold 23 copies. It had a 7-day trend plus 195% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $109.99. And apparently I think it's about some bank robbers and a kaiju basically try and rob somewhere. Sounds a bit bizarre to me. I haven't read it as yet. Number 8 on our list, and the hits seem to keep coming from James Tynion. His ever-growing success list, of course, Something is Killing the Children, Department of Truth. And number 8 on our list is a book I've been looking for. It is The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1 from DC's Black Label. And it is a cover that I really like. I've heard nothing but good things about the story too. These horror titles, they seem to be going very, very well at the moment, don't they? Well, this book sold 38 copies. It had a 7-day trend plus 132% with a high sale CGC 9.8. Yeah, they're out there already, $175. Now, number 7 on our list, we're going to Marvel. We're going back into the 80s. And it's more Loki momentum, and it continues with collectors and fans heavily buying into the Council of Kangs, whose first appearance is in this issue. Number 7 on our list, a book that I reckon I can find tomorrow, is Avengers Issue 267, guys. Here it is. It's a nice Kang cover, but again, it is a book that I certainly wouldn't overpay for. What can I tell you about its numbers? I'm expecting a lot more from Kang in Ant-Man, the Quantumania film. It's got to be an improvement. I'm not even excited for Loki Season 2, and I'm a big Loki fan, and Owen Wilson. Well, this book sold sold 50 copies with a 7-day trend of plus 121% with a high sale CGC 9.6. Wow, really? $420? Oh, not for me. Number 6 on our list, though, and we're sticking with the Loki theme along with Kang, and this is a fantastic cover from Alex Ross. It comes from 2016, and it is a book that shows off various versions of the Kang character in Avengers Issue number 2, a book I picked up recently for £3, and that was in Excelsior Comics in Bristol. I've listed it, see if I get some takers. I reckon I'll get a bite or two. Of course, you've got Rama Tut on there and Immortus. There's a few versions. The book, though, sold very well. In fact, it sold 72 copies. It had a 7-day trend plus 91% with a high sale raw copy going for $81. Of course, people have started flooding it, and now it's dropped pretty dramatically, though, to around about 20. Still a nice profit to be made. Wow, that was only my second book. Unbelievable. Number 5 on our list. Here's a surprise entry into the list, and it comes from 1976, and it's not even connected to any content. This is simply a book that has been picked up because people seem to like the story. Now, it's a book where a lot of collectors are saying it's the first new X-Men team aside from Giant X-Men issue number 1. Outside, of course, of any X-Men book, and the first time Spidey meets this new team. His first meeting of the X-Men came way back in 1964 in Avengers Issue 11. The book in question, number 5 on our list, is Marvel Team Up Annual number 1, guys. It's an interesting entry, isn't it? It's a book I don't think I've ever seen on my hunts. It's got a nice cover, though, that's for sure. There we go, see a bit of Colossus on there, and the X-Men, Storm, and of course Spidey. This book has done very nicely. It sold 24 copies, had a 7-day trend plus 387% with a high sale CGC 9.8, going for a very respectable $179. Okay, number 4 on our list, I've finally got another book. Woo! I've just showed you the incentive to this title. Number 4 on our list is the Kaiju Score, issue number 1 from Aftershock Comics. a series that is equal parts a giant monster mayhem and crime of the century heist adventure. This was on sale of November the 25th from 2020, and it was optioned in August. Sony has acquired the film rights with Escape Artists producing. This is the regular Rem Brew cover. I paid £4.55 for this, but it's going quite nicely now because it sold 44 copies, had a 7-day trend plus 233% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $199.99. I'll be interested to see where that bizarre storyline can go to. Number 3 on our list, I spoke about Valzad just now. This time we're bringing up his first appearance. Michael B. Jordan's company is attached to produce this. And this is number 3 on our list. You know the book, guys. Earth 2, issue 19 from 2014. A book I just cannot find anywhere. There we go, guys. Oh, hang on. We're not. There we go. Sorry about that. There's your book. We all know the cover. No matter what shop I go to, I cannot find that thing. And I certainly wouldn't overpay for it. The book sold 45 copies, had a 7-day trend plus 262% with a high sale, CGC 9.8. Oh my days. Very nice. $599.99. Number 2 on our list. And this under-ordered second printing was a holdover from last week. What is your book? From Boom Studios again. They're doing okay, Boom. And we are talking the Basilisk issue number 1 and the second printing, guys. And this one's doing pretty well because it is a preview of the House of Slaughter, which is a spin-off of Something is Killing the Children. I have been looking for this, again, with no joy. Dazzie's got to up his game, that's for sure. There's your title. Basilisk, issue number 1, the second printing. And that book sold 38 copies with a 7-day trend plus 191% with a high sale near mint raw copy going for $61. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Number 1 on our list, and I showed you the incentive to this just recently. Now we've got the regular cover, and this is Star Wars The High Republic issue number 6. The High Republic Adventures issue number 6, guys. Like I said, anything Star Wars is hot at the moment. You throw into the mix some first appearances, and that is a nice cover. I have a feeling I saw this and passed on it. I'm kind of kicking myself now. Got a feeling it might have been in Forbidden Planet. But like I said, it has some first appearances. That is Talbota, Leo's Dazzie, and Afi Hollow. Now, who knows whether they'll show up in the Disney Plus shows or in a film. It's unlikely, but it's nice to speculate. And that book sold 61 copies with a 7-day trend of plus 278% and a high sale raw copy going for a nice $25. So there's a decent flip in that, guys. That's it. That's a wrap this week. And I think this is possibly my worst ever week because I have a pitiful 3 books, guys. Let me know in the comments how many you beat me by because most of you normally do. I've just made a news bulletin. Go and check that out as well, guys. Thanks. Keep on watching. It means the world to me. Bye and subscribe.